गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम वरानने। आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसंपदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुमरविन्ददलायताक्षं रामं निशाचर विनाशकरं नमामि। आञ्जनेयमतिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीय विग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं। यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकम्। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्। सर्वेभ्यः सुप्रभातं स्वागतं। जय श्री राम. So who can chant at least first 5 slokas? We'll go in turns. Somebody who can chant first 5.
I can do, Bhogaji.
Please go ahead.
तपस्वाध्याय निरतं तपस्वी वाग्विदाम्बरं नारदं परिप्रच्छ वाल्मीकिर्मुनिपुङ्गवं कोनस्मिन् साम्प्रतं लोके गुणवान् कश्च वीर्यवान् धर्मज्ञश्च कृतज्ञश्च सत्यवाक्यो दृढव्रतः चारित्रेण चको युक्तः सर्वभूतेषु को हितः विद्वान् कस्समर्थश्च कश्चैक प्रियदर्शनः आत्मवान् को जितक्रोधो द्युतिमान् को न सूयकः कस्य बिभ्यति देवाश्च जातुरोषस्य संयुगे एतदिच्छाम्यहं श्रोतुं परं कौतूहलं हि मे महर्षे त्वं समर्थोषि ज्ञातुमेवं निधं नरम्।
Who can continue from the next? From 7th shloka. Deepti ji?
Yeah, Bhogaji.
From 6th, Bhogaji.
From 6th, yeah.
श्रुत्वा चैतत्त्रिलोकज्ञो वाल्मीकिर्नारदो वचः श्रूयतामिति चामन्त्या प्रहृष्टो वाक्यमब्रवीत्। बहवो दुर्लभाश्चैव ये त्वया कीर्तिता गुणाः मुने वक्ष्याम्यहं बुद्ध्वा तैर्युक्तः श्रूयतां नरः। इक्ष्वाकुवंशप्रभवो रामो नाम जनैः श्रुतः नियतात्मा महावीर्यो धृतिमान् वशी। There is a reminder for Deepti. Sorry. धृतिमान् वशी बुद्धिमान् नीतिमान् वाग्मी श्रीमान् शत्रुनिबर्हणः विपुलांसो महाबाहुः कम्बुग्रीवो महाहनुः महोरस्को महेश्वासो गूढजत्रुररिन्दमः। आजानुबाहुः सुशिरा सुललाटः सुविक्रमः समः समविभक्ताङ्गः स्निग्धवर्णप्रतापवान् पीनवक्षा विशालाक्षो लक्ष्मीवान् शुभलक्षणः। 12th one to Bhogaji.
If you know.
धर्मज्ञः सत्यसन्धश्च प्रजानां च हिते रतः यशस्वी ज्ञानसम्पन्नः शुचिर्वस्या समाधिमान्।
प्रजापति समः श्रीमान् धाता रिपुनिषूदनः रक्षिता जीवलोकस्य धर्मस्य परिरक्षिता रक्षिता स्वस्य धर्मस्य स्वजनस्य च रक्षिता वेद वेदांग तत्वज्ञो धनुर्वेदे च निष्ठितः सर्वशास्त्रार्थ तत्वज्ञः स्मृतिमान् प्रतिभानवान् सर्वलोकप्रियः साधुः अदीनात्मा विचक्षणः सर्वदाभिगतः सद्भिः समुद्रैव सिन्धुभिः आर्यः सर्वसमश्चैव सदैकप्रियदर्शनः स च सर्वगुणोपेतः कौसल्यानन्दवर्धनः समुद्रैव गाम्भीर्ये धैर्येण हिमवानिव विष्णुना सदृशो वीर्ये सोमवत् प्रियदर्शनः कालाग्निसदृशः क्रोधे क्षमया पृथिवी समः धनदेन समस्त्यागे सत्ये धर्म इवापरः. So this is the next set of shlokas we should try to memorize. As we said, till 19, at least if we can memorize this much, then we know Sri Rama, as asked by Valmiki, as answered by Narada. The remaining shlokas after that will be story part, but at least let us target to memorize these 19 because by next class or at the most after that, we will be completing these 19 shlokas. So we should be able to memorize all of that. Okay, then. So as we do every time, Adyatana Panchangam, Sharvari Nama Samvatsare, Uttarayane, Grishmartau, Jeshtamase, Shuklapakshe, Pratipattithau. So Pratipatthithi is the tithi today. It's there till 2:47 afternoon. So last week, if you saw, last 2 weeks we had to say, Amantaha Vaishakamasa, Purnimantaha Jeshtamasa. And so also for Rutu, we had to distinguish like that. Since Krishna Paksha is over, now Shukla Paksha will be common between both Amanta and Purnimanta. So it is Jeshtamasa only. Chaitra Vaishakam is Vasanta, Jeshtha Ashada is Grishma Rutu. So we are in Grishma Rutu right now. Pratipatthithi, Stiravasaraha, Nakshatram Rohini till 7:22 p.m. After that, Mrgasirsham. Then Yoga, Sukarma Yoga till 8:56 p.m. followed by Dhriti Yoga. Karanam, I said most of the times the Karanam, those three will continue, right? But this week it changed. Last week it was ending in Bhava. So this week it is Bhava, starts with Bhava Karanam, which is there till 2:47 p.m. Typically, the first Karanam is followed by the Tithi. Till whenever Tithi is there, the first Karanam will typically be till that time. Then Balava Karanam till 27, which is 3:12 a.m. tomorrow. Then after that is Kaulava Karanam. So that's the Panchangam. So far last we stopped at Shubhalakshanaha. No, where did we stop last time? Samadhimana. No, where did we stop last time? Jnana Sampanna. We did Dharmajnah, Satyasandha, Prajanam Hiteratah, Yashasvi, Jnana Sampanna. So till there we did. Today, starting with the best ever quality that is required in the current context and for the current civilization also. Shuchihi, most important one even in Ashtanga Yoga also. Shaucham, they say right there. Shaucham, Shuchihi, same. From Shuchi, Tadhitantam is Shaucham. That means derived word from Shuchi. That of Shuchi is Shaucham. Just as that of Dasharatha is Dasharathi. That of Janaka is Janaki. So also. So Shuchihi, we all know what is Shuchi, right? So let us hear what all do we know about Shuchi.
Swachh.
Swachh, meaning?
Sorry, Bhugaji?
Meaning, Swachh, meaning what?
Meaning is keeping clean.
Keeping what clean?
Atma, Sharir.
Atma, Sharir.
Vatavaran.
Vatavaran. Good. So that is Antaha Bahihi. Antar Bahischa. Anything else to say for Shuchi?
Shuchihi Pavitra.
Pavitrata. Who said that?
Radhika.
Radhika ji. Namaste Radhika ji.
Namaste.
So Ati Pavana Hetuhu. That's how the Bhashyam says. Pavanam, but here when we say for in the context of Rama's quality, Ati Pavana Hetuhu. So Punita Pavanam is one that does as Shuchi. See, if I become Shuchi, then I am Punita. If Ganga does Shuchi to me, then Ganga is Pavani. So the doer of Shuchi Kriya is Pavana. So Shuchi here, when they say, because of Rama, we are Shuchi, we are in Shuchi. So Ati Pavana Hetuhu, he is the reason, he is the ration, what is it called? Rational for the Pavanatvam. Ati Pavana Hetuhu. And so what does Pavanaha mean? Pavanaha means Parishuddho va. Parishuddha is Pavanaha. Unfortunately, that word Parishuddha is hijacked by certain other groups. Parishuddha, anytime I hear, a chuckle comes to me. The other, what do you say, Anushtana definition given here is Prata Snanadina, Pranayama Bhyasadina, Pratyaharadijanya Ragadveshahvanena cha Mayika Shairatvat cha Nityam Bhahyantara Shuddha. It's a huge definition given here of various conditional qualifiers. So first one is Pratah Snanadina. We just heard two of them saying, just finished their Anushtanams and all. And several of us also would have finished. But first quality of Shuchi is Pratah Snana Adi. Most of us not. I don't want to take no complaints because I've not seen anyone, right? So I'll not take that. But let us talk what is do's only, not don'ts. Don't worry about don'ts. So Pratah Snana and Adi, they said. That means there are etc. Some more things. Snana and certain things. When we do, then it is Shuchi for the Pratah Snana Adina. What are they? Is what we have to think. Snana and Adi what? In fact, even while taking bath, we are supposed to chant some shlokas. After taking bath, we are supposed to chant some shlokas. When we are putting tilaka, do some, smarana of certain shlokas. Then when you sit, some certain shlokas. Right? And we all know, right? Nitya Karya Vidhi shlokas, Nitya Vidhi shloka. Morning, as soon as we get up, when you see the first hand or something, Karagre Vasati Lakshmi. Even before you open your eyes, remember all the, gods and all the pavitra things, so that pleasant things, so that you start your very day with pleasant, divine, pure, happy, positive outlook, right? So all of that, as soon as we touch our feet, Samudravasane Devi, Parvatastana Mandale, that shloka. Then we go Gange Yamune Chaiva, Godavari Saraswati. And during the bath, if you have Vedic Anushtana, then a lot more shlokas that come there. Bhojana mantra. All of these are part of that Pratah Snanadina. And then Pranayama Abhyasadina. So Pranayama Adi Abhyasaha. Na is Tritiya Vibhakti. So through that Adina. So Pranayama Abhyasa. Adi. Again, there Adi means there are Ashtanga Yoga. At least start with Asana, then Pranayama. Right? And then if you can do some more. If not, do some Dhyana. Right? Those things together. All of these together when we do, we are attempting to be Shuchi. Right? Shuchi so is not just the bath alone. That is what Bhashyakara is trying to emphasize here. Pratah Snanadina, Pranabhyasadina. So one of the, that is why when as part of this pranayama abhyasa adi, so I said the first one is asana. As part of asana, in fact I was listening to one of the other Vyoma Labs class for the Aditya Hrudayam. There they were saying the three, for every god there is a Priti Lakshanam. They say Vishnu Alankaro Priyaha Vishnu. So for Vishnu Archana, You have to do as much alankara as possible. Abhisheka Priya Shiva. So for Shivalinga, Abhisheka is sufficient. Even nowadays, even for Shivalinga also, there are some out of devotion or competition, lot of alankara is done to that, which is okay. But primarily the quality, the main aspect or dimension of Archana for Shivalinga is Abhisheka. Likewise, Kaika Namaskara Priya Surya, they say. And that is why Surya Namaskara is not just, this kind of a puja or anything. Surya Namaskara is a Kaika, body, physical Archana. So Surya Namaskara involves, 10 or 12 or 16 or 24, as many asanas based Kaika Archana. So, as part of Pranayama Abhyasa, that Surya Namaskara also comes. So in the morning, we have to do Surya Namaskaras. Luckily, some of us in this session also, we are able to attend that morning Ishaka, where we do Surya Namaskars. Right? So, Prata Snanadina, Pranayama Abhyasadina, then Pratyaharadijanya, Raga Dveshahvanena. So there is Pratyaharam, right? Pratyaharam is withdrawal. Withdrawal from what? Pratyahara. As part of those 8 Ashtangas, withdraw from the temptations, withdraw from the disturbances that the day has caused towards the end or is going to cause in the very beginning of the day. From all those disturbances, which are typically raga and dvesha. What will be those disturbances? If you're balanced, you are here. When are you disturbed? You are deviating this side or that side. So there are 2 sides to deviate. One is raga, one is dvesha. To right is raga, to left is dvesha. Even rightist movement is raga movement. Very attached to movements. Left movements are dvesha, always protest against the establishment, destroy the establishment, blemish the establishment. So raga dvesha. From these 2, not getting disturbed and being in the stable state. So that is also part of Shuchi. Because they say, right, when we do rasam in South, at least in Andhra and South, we know, rasam has towards the bottom of the dish, there will be that leftover tamarind pieces or some masala powder and all settled to the bottom. Now, if you have to serve it, they say, hey, I used to, first time when I served, for example, I thought, oh, you have to mix it and then stir. You have to stir it and then serve. I mixed it up and then whole thing, the rasam beauty is gone. The rasam beauty is when you just take the water that is up and then serve it, right? Like in the soup. So also, if you're not getting disturbed, if there is no stirring of raga, dvesha, all these feelings, then you are shuchi. If you got mixed up with them, then we lost our shuchitvam. That is what it is saying here. So prata snanadina, pranayama abhyasadina, pratyaharadijanya ragadveshahvanena cha, mayika shariratvat cha. The sharira is another maya. Again, maya is another big Vedanta term, but I think most of us know it anyway, maya. But just to put it in a simple manner, anything that is not real is maya. What is not real? Anything that is not eternal is not real. Because you see it today, tomorrow you see it, it is not the same as you saw it yesterday as per your memory, as you knew it yesterday. So that is called maya. So the reason they say Ishvara Satya Jagan Mithya, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, they say. That is because of the same reason. Because Jagat is constantly changing. In fact, when I see my own photo, I saw when I first, one of our Wipro Info group of 96, 98, they had a Zoom call and they were sharing all the pictures. I was the manager and I had about 12 of them. All of them were bachelors then. My daughter Siri was the youngest, 1-year-old daughter for all of them to play with, etc. So when they were sharing those pictures, I saw, who is that guy? It is not me. It is not me, I thought. So that is Maya. Though we think it is the same guy, But it is not me. The body has changed, the features have changed, the habits have changed, the associations have changed. So that is Maya. So Mayika Sharira, this body is a Maya, because we know, right, every moment, every kshana, cells are getting destroyed, new cells are being built, and hence body is taking a different shape and going towards Jara after a certain age. So Mayika Shariratvat cha Nityam Bahya Antah Shuddha. Dhirendra ji anyway said that, right? Bahya Antah Shuddhi. So with the snana pranayama abhyasa, it is the Bahya Shuddhi. With the, in fact, pranayama onward, slowly we can start turning inward. Pratyahara, we completely turn inward. Dhyana, we completely turn inward. Bahya Shuddhi, we actually need not worry so much at an individual level. At a society level, yeah, Bahya Shuddhi is very, very important. That is the most critical one. But at an individual level, Bahya Shuddhi, relatively, Antah Shuddhi is a lot more important, because that is what is driving us. Antah, all the devices, Antah Karanam is what is actually forming us, framing our personality, driving us in interacting with the world. Hence, that is very, very important. But at the society level, Bahya Shuddhi is very, very important, because all of us are part of that big samuha, of that big samudayam. That social distancing, rest all, keeping everything, environment clean, is very, very important. So that is why we never ignore either one of them. Bahya Antah Shuddhascha Shuchihi. Any comments? Anybody wants to add anything here for Shuchi? So, Dharmajna Satyasandhascha Prajanancha Hiteratah Yashasvi Jnana Sampannaha Shuchihi Vashyaha is the next quality. Vashya, as soon as we hear, we know, right? Vashi is about getting drawn into or getting influenced by or influencing. Vashaha. Vashangataha means we gave away our control to. That is Vashangataha. So now they show from both sides. Ashrita Paratantraha Ityarthaha. So the first meaning that they are giving for Vashyaha as a quality of Rama is, see, Tantra, Para, Swa. Swatantra is independent. I mean, not the exact meaning, but an equivalent term as we use, right? Swatantram, freedom, So Swatantram. Tantram is, let us call it administration or administration.
Yeah, usually tantra is equal to skill or we are technique or administration, anything. You can. It's a
tantra is correct. Tantra actually is technique, but in this case, the techniques to rule or techniques to govern, techniques to administer, that is tantra. Now, if we are under Swatantra, under our own governance, under our own techniques, under our own principles, then we are Swatantra. Paratantra is when you are under somebody else's techniques. You have to follow somebody else's principles. You have to follow somebody else's guidelines. Then you are Paratantra. So here, Rama is defined as a Vashya. What they are saying is Ashrita Paratantraha. So he is a Paratantra. Rama is a Paratantra. And who's Para? Ashrita Paratantraha. He is always, he has submitted himself to be governed or to be guided by Ashrita people. Those who are his bhaktas, those who are his seekers, those who take refuge in him, those who want to be associated and affiliated with him. He is always under their tantra. Ashrita Paratantraha Ityarthaha. A similar definition now further expanded is not only of Ashrita, he is also Pitracharya Deveshu Vinitaha. But and then they are saying swashrita tantrova because they gave ashrita paratantra. At the same time, it doesn't mean that whatever they keep asking, he will do it for them. No, it is again based on the dharma guidelines. So his swa ashrita tantra. So here it means he's also under the he is there to influence and to be influenced by those who have swa ashritaha. And who are they? For example, they have listed Pitra Acharya Deveshu Vinitaha. So in forefathers, parents and forefathers, grandparents, etc. Acharya, all of the teachers, all of the knowledge givers, direction givers, Acharyaha. And Deveshu, respecting all the devas. So unfortunately, Vikram and I also, when we discussed, right, most of us nowadays, we make jokes. In the very first day, that is why first we clarified that Narada is not a comic figure like we know otherwise in the serials, in movies. Likewise, Indra was also made lot jokes of, but Indra is the main god in our Vedas. So without understanding, just looking at those movies or comedy stories, we get lost. But see, Rama is also Deveshu Vinitaha, not in one god. Again, it requires a lot of theoretical understanding also of what is one god, what is multiple gods. But from the commonly used term of several gods, when we say, right, like Dikpalakaha, so there are several Pancha Bhutapalakaha, Dikpalakaha. There are several assigned aspect deities for different aspects and dimensions.
Yeah.
So they are all called devas. For example, for Varuna, there is Agni, Vayu, all of these element related gods, and we have gods for the Dik, for all the Ashta Dik Palakaha. And then we have gods for several other aspects of, Vigna, right, for example, or, Lakshmi, Buddhi, Prana, for Dhairya, for any possible aspect that Shakti or that force which will let you achieve that aspect is personified, manifested as a Devata.
Yeah.
So Devata is nothing but one focused aspect of a divinity.
Can I add, Bogaji?
Yeah.
Devata, the word comes from the word Divya. I mean, anything that is illuminating, okay, anything that illuminates us, is like all the gunas or everything that Bogaji said, that illuminates us. Even our Gayatri Mantra, we say, no, illuminate me. So illumination is what the root word of the Divya. So in any aspect that illuminates is called Deva. That's why we cross at times. Deva is a more like a guna. When we express, when we call Maheshwara also Mahadeva, and Deva is also general ganas as also Devas. So the idea is he is also illuminating. They are also illuminating. Through them, they illuminate us. So as far as we are concerned, they are all illuminating beings. So that is the root word of divine. Actually, the word divine that we use today, the root word is Deva.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to add today. That's all.
Correct. Divi. From there comes Divya. Correct. Yeah. So Pitra Acharya Deveshu Vinitaha. Vinita is another beautiful word. It's about Vinamrata, Vinitaha. He's always, docile, or submissive, or polite, courteous to all these people, to Pitra Acharya Devaha and Ashrita Janaha. So that is another definition given here as Vashyaha. So he is always Paratantraha of Ashrita Janaha or Swa Ashrita Tantraha Pitracharya Deveshu Vinitaha And so he says, aham bhakta paradhinaha ityadi sangachate. So, of course, that is not a statement of Rama, because the bhakta word doesn't come there, but generally given as a, Paramatmanaha Vakyam, the Paramatma statement as aham bhakta paradhinaha. Krishna says that very clearly, aham bhakta paradhinaha. Rama doesn't say bhakta because he thought he was always a man, so he was only talking about ashrita jana paradhinaha. So that is Suchir Vashyah, and then Samadhiman. So in fact, if you see, there is a nice connectivity that is coming. As part of Shuchihi, we started with Pranayama, Abhyasa, then Pratyahara, and then going in, ending in Samadhi. Right? That's how the Ashtangas end. Samadhi. So Samadhiman. What is Samadhi? Again, without our technical knowledge, most of us get lost into or misled into thinking Samadhi is something to do with burial place or those at a physical level that might be Samadhi, right? Raghavendra Samadhi, we say yes. But that alone is not Samadhi. Because for us, in fact, I heard one of our Acharyas, Saraswati, Paripurananda Saraswati ji, he was saying, religions, the English word religion, so which is currently otherwise defined as religions, right? Which is all other religions, they talk of after death. After life, oh, you have that Jannat, or you have D-Day, or you have whatever else, right? They always, so the whole aim of living is for after death. They don't talk about what to do now. It is always after death. Hindu, our dharma, Vaidika dharma, or Bharatiya dharma alone, talks about while living. Forget what is there after death, man, you don't know. When you are living, what you should do, every moment what we should do is what is taught by our dharma. So that is the greatest distinction if we should know. So for us, Samadhi is about Jivan Mukta, we also say, right? Moksham is not after death. Jivan. Jivan is a Shatranta vibhakti, which means in a way it is equivalent to present continuous. Jivan Mukti. Jivan Mukta. While living as a continuous tense, present tense, Muktaha, Jivan Muktaha. So also, Samadhi is a Nitya activity of those Ashtangas of our yoga. If you are practicing yoga, Samadhi is also Nitya activity for us. It is not, after death and that physical, concrete building that is made, but that is after the part of it. But we are talking of Rama as a Samadhiman. Now, what does that mean? Every moment while he's living, he is a Samadhiman. What is it? Nija Tattva Samadhiman. And so, what is the Tattva of Samadhi? That is what it means. Nija Tattva Samadhiman. Whatever we just discussed, right?
Yeah.
So, what is that Samadhi? Nija Tattvam. Now that is being elaborated. Ashrita Palana Vishayaka Vichara Visishtaha. See, Samadhi is essentially after dhyana comes Samadhi, right?
Yeah.
You are into dhyana and then you lose yourself. The consciousness of the self is lost. That is Samadhitvam, right? Conscious, the moment I become conscious that I am there, I am no more Samadhi. As simple as, let's say, even if we try to do dhyana, we sit, we close our eyes. Initially, there is a lot of current runnings of our current issues keep running in the mind, in the manas. Then slowly, maybe after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, based on practice, for some it might come in a minute, but whatever, right? If we sit for 1 hour, typically first 20 to 25 minutes will be immediate current issues that keep lingering in our mind, even though we might be chanting Om or mantra or whatever, right? Invariably, that's what happens. The next part, when you slowly, now 20 minutes, you have keep telling your mind that no, I'm doing dhyana, no, I'm doing dhyana, no, I'm doing dhyana. Every moment you realize that you have engrossed into those thoughts, you tell yourself, no, I'm doing dhyana. With those repeated instructions, maybe in the first after 10, 15 minutes, whatever, then slowly your conscious disturbances are sort of subside, then subconscious disturbances start. I have seen it for myself several times. I said, initially there will be a lot of this current, my job, my interview, my project plan, my PPT, these things keep coming, or my Shakha, or Ramayana class, or that Sanskritam class, these keep coming as wavering. Then after a while, I don't even know, some unrelated, probably don't even know what I was thinking, but there were a lot of thoughts that go. That is subconscious level thoughts keep coming. That is when from Jagrat, you are going to Swapna Avastha. So we have 3 avasthas, right? If we consciously practice dhyana, even one session, and if you can record a log, a time chronological log, you will know this exactly. How you transitioned from Jagrat Avastha, when your current world issues, you are lingering in them. Then you will get into Swapna Avastha, unrelated, which you never wanted to even think about. Those topics now come into thoughts. Those thoughts keep flowing. That is during that Swapna Avastha. It depends upon our practice, how long we stay in each of these avasthas, but we will go there. Then after that might come Sushupti. And that is why some of the yoga or these dhyana practitioners or the gurus or dhyana sikshakas, they say, oh, during dhyana, I fall down, I sleep. They say, no, you're not sleeping actually. That is, you're entering into Sushupti. That means you're losing consciousness, or you're losing awareness of the consciousness, of your consciousness. When you lose awareness of your consciousness, then this body, how does the body stand? The body stands erect if you're conscious of it. And that's why we keep saying, even in yoga, right? Slowly people, slouch, our spine slightly relaxes. Then we tell, no, keep your back straight. Oh, we are conscious. Then again, body stands straight. So if you lose the awareness of your consciousness, the body falls. That's natural for the body. So for the body to stay also, our consciousness is required. So when we, in Samadhi, you have lost the consciousness of all the tattvas of the body. Not only physical body, the manas, all this sukshma sharira tattva is also lost. That is Samadhi part. And that's why in Samadhi, you don't even see you see people not even breathing. Because body is not working anymore. Body is not functioning anymore. Yeah. That is Samadhi. But while that is, Samadhi from bhautika, adhyatmic aspect point of view or yoga point of view, Rama as a vyakti, as a manifested individual, if we see, and that too in his role of a very global role of his, Ashrita Palana Vishaya Vichara Visishtaha. So Samadhi means what? You have given up yourself. That means you are in the rest of it. For him, Ashrita Palana Vishayaka Vichara Visishtaha. So his constantly thoughts are always Vichara Visishtataya. Significantly, his thoughts are in Ashrita Palana Vishayaha. His consciousness is always in ruling, in thinking of protecting his people, administering his people. That is his samadhitvam, because he does not have his own consciousness anymore. For him doesn't matter. For him, his responsibility, his duty, his dharma, which is ashrita palana, that is what he's into. And samadhi, ashrita rakshana chinta tadvan. So here samadhi is defined as ashrita rakshana chinta. Same thing, ashrita palana vishayaha vicharaha. So that is samadhiman for Sri Rama as defined here. Tadvan, that lakshanavan. So we'll say that shloka, all of you repeat it. Dharmagnya satya sandhascha prajanancha hiterataha yashasvi jnana sampannaha shuchirvashya samadhiman So there we completed the 12th shloka. We'll now go into the 13th shloka. Prajapati Samasriman. Should anyone repeat after me, maybe? Vikramji, will you repeat?
It is difficult, Bhogaji. I'm doing multiprocessing right now. Please.
Okay. Okay, so repeat after yourself. Prajapati Samasriman. Dhata Ripunishudanah. Rakshita Jivalokasya. Dharmasya Parirakshita. And then the next shloka continues with what more does he Rakshita? Rakshita Swasya Dharmasya Swajanasya cha Rakshita. So he is into protecting so many things. Rakshana for so many aspects. Rakshana for so many dimensions. From the second half of the shloka to the next shloka. So Prajapati Samaha is the next quality. Prajapati is a very important aspect, role, concept in our Hindu Tattva. So Prajapati are from 2 points of view. One is the Pati, he's the head of all the Praja. Praja, I said in one of the classes before also, Ja is Janma Yasya Jayate Sahajah or Ja. Here it is given in, Praja word is in the Strilinga. So Prajaha. Prakrishtajaha. So who are born? One who are born is children. Prajaha. Prakrishtajaha. That's what it means. So significant children, most prominent children, most important children are the citizens. That is a beautiful definition of our very word Praja. So Prajapati is one who is in charge of them, one who is their head, one who is their protector, is Prajapati. Now, from 2 aspects it is given. One, Prajapati is one who is also a progenitor. So Brahma, and then later he nominates several other Prajapatis for each Manvantram. Like for example, Daksha was a Prajapati, right? So we have several Prajapatis like that. So Prajapati Samaha, he is equivalent to a Prajapati, is what it is saying. He is Prajapati Tulyaha. Prajapati Nam, which means Praja Niyantrunam, Brahmadinam Samaha. That is the first definition given here. So Prajapati Nam, what is Prajapati? Praja Niyantra, Niyanta Yahasti, Tesham Niyantrunam. Niyanta means what? One who is the ruler, one who is making sure that, governor, let us put it that way. Niyanta is a governor. One who is making sure that all the dharma, all the aspects that are laid out are being abided by, are being followed by. That is a Prajapati, Niyanta. So Praja Niyanta Yahasti, Saha Prajapati, Praja Niyantrunam, and so who are they? Brahmadinam. Brahma onwards, several other Prajapatis have come. Samaha, Tesham Samaha. He is given that level of a recognition or that level of responsibility. Prajapatinam, which means Praja Niyantrunam, Brahmadinam Samaha. Prajapalanadishu Samatvam Ekakara Vartanam Yas Sama Saha. Yasmat Saha. So, what is the other definition of Prajapati? Praja Palanadishu, Palanam, Rakshanam, Poshanam, etc. in all those aspects of the Praja. Praja Palana Adishu. In fact, if we see Raghuvamsham, Kalidasa's Raghuvamsham, which is about the forefathers of Rama, because a lot is written about Rama. So Kalidasa thought that, okay, let me also write about their forefathers, so we know in what lineage is Rama. So when he describes Dilipa, there is an excellent one simple shloka, and there are several shlokas there, but that one shloka is, I felt so delighted, and I keep quoting that even for our Narendra Modi ji. because that is very, very important of a palaka, of a Prajapati. Rakshanad bharanadapi sa pita tesham pitaraha kevalam janma hetavaha, he says. This is the second half of the shloka. First half is what? Vinayadhanat, that's the third, second quarter. First quarter is so from by taking the burden of ruling them, Vinayadhanat, by making sure that they are following all the morals or all the principles, Rakshanat Bharanadapi, from all of these qualities of putting them into moral living, teaching them good values, giving them avenues to implement those good principles, putting the corresponding boundaries, etc. And for those violators, giving the Rakshana from them. Sapita, he is the father. Tesham pitaraha, pitaraha is pita, pitaraha, the Bahuvachanam. Tesham pitaraha, of the people's parents, parents of their peoples, kevalam janma hetavaha. They are just reason for their birth. But the real father, by the definition of a father, which is to impart all the good qualities, impart the training, give the facilities, so taking care, making sure that this born child becomes a perfect citizen, a perfect person. That is the responsibility of a father. So from that definition of father, Sa Pita, Dilipa is the Pita, or Raghuvamshe, all of them are Pita. Tesham Pitaraha, Kevalam Janma Hetavaha. And so every time I hear our Pradhan Mantri giving those fantastic Bhautiks, even in a political setting, even in IITs, to IAS officers, new recruit batches, to, of course, our people, I always recollect this slogan that Sa Pita, Tesham Pitaraha, Kevalam Janma Hetavaha. Sorry if it is controversial, if some of you may not like it, forgive me. But I thought let's get back to Rama as such a Pita, coming in the same lineage. And Rama is always conscious of his ancestors. Any action, every moment, any decision he makes, his first concern is, will this blemish the image or the, what is it called, the reputation of my ancestors, the way they have ruled it? That is his consciousness always. And so Prajapalanadishu Samatvam Ekakaravartanam. First thing is Samatvam, unbiasedness. Samatvam is what? How to put a word here? In the form
Equanimity.
Equanimity. Equanimity. But
equality.
in case of Prajapalana, what do we call that? Where you're not biased.
Prajapalana, it's only a quality. It's difficult. Today it is said no indiscriminately. I mean, you don't discriminate between any. You go only by rule of law. So that is why you're ruling everything equally is what it means. So it's very difficult word to find in English, but as a quality, it is that.
Right. So, but I think if you understand, in Prajapalana, you don't want to be biased when you're making decisions, when you're creating policies. Unappeasement, for example, very, very important requirement of ours, right? Sabka, what is it? Very good, policy. No appeasement, but for everyone. So that is also Samatvam. Ekakara Vartanam. Vartanam is behaving or acting, staying. Vartate, Vartanam. Vartanam, Ekakara. One form. You're not split personality, behaving one way when you go here, behaving another way when you go to the other community. No. You are the same wherever you go. That is Ekakara Vartanam. So Samatvam Ekakara Vartanam Yasmat Saha Prajapati Samaha is the definition given here.
Bogaji, is Ekakara Vartanam, I mean, can we say it individuality or can we say it?
No, Eka Akara. That means you do not have multiple Akaras. You don't have multiple forms. Multiple forms means what? When you go in one place, you put this cap. You go to another place, you put Shilva or whatever. That is that appeasing, making yourself multiple pleasing, cheap tricks. That is anekakara. Ekakara is wherever you go, you are.
Okay.
That is ekakara vartana.
Yeah, got it.
Not, being courteous, being polite with people is a different thing, but ungenuine behaviors in different groups with in different situations in different times is anekakara. So ekakara is wherever you are, you stick to principle. Dharma is what your guideline is, not the other situations or the people. That is ekakara vartanam. So samatvam and ekakara vartanam. Yasmat saha prajapati samaha. That's a big definition given here. Then jagadrakshanaya prajapati tulya prajapati tulyataya avatirana. So they are slowly now expanding it into a diviner qualities related to divinity. So jagadrakshanaya, of course, his whole mission is to protect his people, which is his world, which is the Jagat. Jagadrakshanaya prajapati tulyaha. Prajapati tulyaha, tulyata is the word there. Prajapati tulyata, meaning the equality or the what, not equality, what do we call it?
Equivalent.
Huh?
Equivalent.
Equivalency. Prajapati tulyata is equivalency. Equivalency of Prajapati. Tulyataya means through that equivalency of Prajapati tulyaha avatiranaha. So Jagadrakshana karanat avatiranaha. That's how they are deriving the avatara lakshana of Rama. Because his mission is so clear and he has been constantly publishing it, saying it, that, oh, this is equivalent to a Prajapati. And so it is an avatirana, avatarha. Avatirana is one who has done the avatara, is avatirana. Tarati, swims. Tiranaha, one who has swam, past tense, whatever, swam. The past form is tiranaha. Ut tarati, uttiranaha. So we say for pass, when you pass an exam, it is uttiranaha. What do we mean? The exam was is a big lake or a big river with lot of heavy currents, and so you swam that and you came to the shore. You crossed that, and so uttiranaha. So pass word for us, uttiranaha is not pass simply. In fact, pass in English, especially in USA, pass means you are passing around, right? You're not cutting through and going against the current and reaching out there. That is not pass. In fact, swim probably is a word of uttirana. So similarly, avatarati. Ava is avaguna. Ava is typically downwards. So avatarati. And in the past tense of it is avatiranaha. So that means because he took the avatara. And why they are concluding that he is an avatara is because of this quality of Jagadrakshana Prajapati Tulyata. So Prajapati Samaha, then Sriman. We have also seen it last time also, where we said, that was Lakshmivan, where we said Sita Rupa Lakshmi Tadvan Sita Rupa Lakshmivan. Similarly here Sriman. Sriman is Purushakara Bhutaya Lakshmiya Avina Bhutaha. That's what they're saying. So Sriman is Purushakaram, because Sriman, Srimati, we say, right? Sriman, Ajay ji, Sriman, right? Dhirendra ji. So Sriman is in Purushakara Bhutaya, but at the same time, Lakshmiya Avina. So he can never be without Lakshmi. Lakshmiya Avina Bhutaha Sriman. So So that means he's always with Lakshmi. That means he's always with Sita. And that is why we see that Ekapatni Vratatvam of his also, right? Even though Sita is not physically with him and he doesn't even know if Sita is alive or not, still, even for that most important activity of what he lives for and believes in, which is the Prajarakshana, for which sake he does the Ashwametha Yajna, even there, he says, no, Sita is there for me, that's it, nobody else for me. So that much of Avina Bhava. Avina Bhavam means without that I can, Vina, Avina. Without that I cannot, is Avina. So Avina Bhutaha, Lakshmiya Avina Bhutaha Sriman. And the other one is Purushakara Bhutaha, because there is a typical, societal colloquial addressing as Sriman. So that's also a Purushakara Bhutaha. Sriman itti eva ityeva Sriman ityeva madina Paunah Punyam Sakalaishwaryadimatvam Bodhanartham. So Paunah Punya means Punaha, over again and again, time and again. By saying Sriman, we are talking of Sakalaishwaryadimatvam. So he is in possession of all Aishwaryas. As we said, Aishwarya again is not dollars or Bitcoin. But dollar is about, Aishwarya is about all those. Ishwariya is Aishwarya. I said Taddidanta, right? That of Dasharatha is Dasharathi. That of Janaka is Janaki. And that of Hima is Haima. That of Parvata is Parvati. Likewise, that of Ishvara is Aishwarya. So any quality that is of Ishvara is Aishwaryam. That's how we should look at it. So if a house is divine, if a house is beautiful, if that family is so, precious, if that family is so useful, helpful to others, these are the Ishvara qualities. They are Aishwarya people. One might have millions of dollars, billions of dollars, but he is of no use to the rest of the society. There is no Aishwaryam there. That is no Aishwaryam for us. For us, Aishwaryam is that Ishwaratvam is Aishwaryam. So Sakalaishwaryadimatvam Bodhanartham Sriman iti upayujyate tatra. Then the other definition gives Nityam Vibhuti Dhari Agnihotri iti yavat. So now I think so each interpretation, each bhashyam is based on that writer's personality, right? That writer's interests, that author's drishtikona, his view, point of view. So the third one given here is Nityam Vibhuti Dhari. Vibhuti again we can say as that Vibhutis, which is Vishesha Bhutihi. So all those rich, super resources. Vibhuti Dhari, in holding all those resources. That's also Sriman. Agnihotri. So when the moment we see Agnihotri, now Vibhuti here is Tripundram, etc. Or for him it is Urdhvapundram. So with that Urdhvapundram, Agnihotram, and we will read when they go to in the Aranyakanda, when they leave for Aranyavasa, they carry Agnihotram with them. That is the nishtha of Sri Rama and all. Even in Aranyavasam, they carry their Agnihotram. And as they are moving from place to place, from ashrama to ashrama, they are carrying the Agnihotram with them. And we will read that shlokas also, where how he carries the Agnihotram. So Nityam Vibhuti Dhari Agnihotri iti yavat. Again, Vibhutaucha Mataucha Stri Sruhu Striyam Nirbharade Sattve. So a lot more definition is being given here, of which is a lot more Vedic definitions. Because that requires a lot more understanding, then we will be talking a lot more here only, so I will slightly skip these details here. Unless anyone want to know those in detail. What is that vibhuti they are listing here? Vibhutau cha matau cha stri sruhu sriyam nirbhare srave iti medini pramanam. So Medini Shastram is there as a reference. They are quoting this Vibhuti Lakshanam. And Bhutir Bhasmani Sampadi Ityapi. So same thing, Bhasma Dharanam, Urdhva Pundra Dharanam, etc. So in terms of his physical Anushtanam, Sriman iti. 3 more minutes. Dhata. Any comments before we jump to this? Or any points? Is it in line with our, I mean, Aditya ji, I see him today. So towards end, Srirang ji, let Aditya ji do his parichay. I want to see him. So is this in line with your expectations? Is it going too deep, too unwanted narrations?
No,
Bogaji, it is going very well. Yeah.
Perfect, Bogaji. Perfect.
That was okay. Dhirendra ji, Mandar ji, I know Deepti ji, you all want it. But anybody others? Radhika ji? Ranjay ji?
Yeah, it's good for me.
Yeah, it's good, Bogaji. Thank you.
Okay. Because that is important, right? See, again, just as I said, the author's perspective will drive his narration, his vyakhyana, his bhashyam. So likewise, my interests and my perspective is what I will be talking about. So sometimes I should be conscious of your interest and your reception also. Hence a check here. Okay, so we will quickly see Dhata. Dhata is in similar lines to Prajapati, because Dhata, as we know, is also Brahma. But what does Dhata mean? The definition is Poshakaha. First thing is, he is the Poshakaha, the nourisher. That means he's giving you all the facilities, all the infrastructure to better ourselves. That is Poshakaha. So Dhata Pita Iva, Piteva. So Dhata is nothing but Pita Eva. He is Pita only. And Sarva Praja Dharana Poshana Samarthya Yuktaha. So when you have to be Dhata, if you have to be the nourisher, and for us Dhata, that's why we say Surya is also a Dhata. Because of him only all Poshana is, the entire world is living. If there is no sun, there is no more life, at least on earth, right? In fact, in the whole world, in the whole universe. So Dhata Pita Eva Sarva Prajadharana Poshana Samarthya Yuktaha. So one who has that Samarthyam, that capacity, that ability to do Dharana and Poshana, to be able to hold them and nourish them and give them all that facilities to grow. Tadvan, Tad Samartha Yuktaha is Dhata. Vedokta Karmakari is also Dhata, another definition given here. So, as we said, right, for him, Dharma. And where does Dharma come from? Dharma comes from Veda. Veda Sakala Dharma Moolam, we say, right? So, Veda is the basis, is the reference, is the benchmark for Sakala Dharmam. So, Vedokta Karmakari. And so, as prescribed, as dictated by Vedas, Karmakari, he does the actions. Such a person is also called Dhata. Dharana Poshanayoho Dhata. So, we already covered that. So, that is Dhata. So, primarily Dhata is in terms of that ability to rule or the ability to provide irrespective of the situations, the calamities, the famine, etc. You have the ability to take care of your people. that is called dhata. 2 minutes away. Srirangji, what do you say? We stop here. Srirangji? As per time, we just crossed 8:30. So should we stop here?
Yes, Bhogaji.
Yeah.
Can
Stop.
stop. Yeah,
And stop sharing here.
we should. Yeah.
Like always, we'll conclude formally with the Mangal Shloka so that then we can continue for any discussion, question and answers, etc. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now, up to you. You can leave, go as you like. Adiji, where are you?
Namaste, Bhogaji.
Darshanam.
Can you see me now?
Did we meet before? I don't.
Yes, Bhogaji. I met you in Kartika Vanabhojanam event.
So do your parichaya for everyone.
Namaste, everyone. This is Aditya Edavalli. I live in Marietta. I started Ramayanam classes. It's been very interesting so far. Apart from, not. I thought I knew Ramayanam, but what I knew was very little. Apart from the general story or the meaning of shlokas, etc., I'm learning a lot of many things, Bhogaji. A lot of additional knowledge. Thank you very much for that.
But your parichaya as in what do you do? Where do you live? Your family?
I work for Genpact. I am a contractor working for GE customer, GE Renewables in specific. So I'm a DBA, Oracle DBA by profession.
Where are you from, Bharat?
I am from Hyderabad, Bhogaji. My native place is Khammam district. But I most of my study and education job was in Hyderabad.
Where in Bhaginagar?
I used to live in Nallakunta.
Nallakunta.
There was a community hostel there. Most of my time was there. But I spent a lot of time in Mehdipatnam around.
Mehdipatnam, I see. Mehdipatnam, we named it as what? As part of IT Millens, we were renaming all our bhags, all our cities, areas. Mehdipatnam was Mahendrapatnam.
Oh.
Good. Any questions? Anybody has anything, comments? Now is your time. You can talk.
Yeah, Bhogaji, I want to add a little to what he said about Samadhi. I heard it somewhere in the lecture. I'm not recollecting where I heard. Buddhi, Samadhi. You see, the common is the meaning the intellect. Samadhi meaning the intellect is equal or same for everything. So if you give heat or cold, happiness or unhappiness, it is the same. In fact, in Sthitaprajna definition in Bhagavad Gita also, he says the thing. So when your intellect does not distinguish between the opposites or anything at all, in that case, it is called Samadhi. It treats everything equal. So something good comes, it is the same thing. Something bad comes in the relative also, same thing. So when we refer to Samadhi as as a burial, because the body has come to a stage where you alert it or where you give it treatment, it is not able to distinguish. That's why that is also Samadhi. But in the internal, when you talk about the yoga perspective, the mind is equal towards everything.
Correct. Dhi is the word there. Correct.
Dhi is the word.
Dhi is the word.
Yeah. Samadhi, buddhi. So that's why.
Bhogaji, one definition I had heard about was in line with what Vikramji just mentioned, but it can be extended to not only within us but also others. So when you are able to go down or go up to intellectually or mentally to anybody whom maybe you're dealing with, you're talking with, maybe a child, maybe even higher up, but you should be intellectually or mentally be able to at that power is samadhi.
Correct. Samadhi.
Yeah, samatvam.
Correct.
Yeah, that's very, very appropriate. That's also very good way of looking at it.
Correct. Samatvam. Samatvam yoga muchyate. Bhagavad Gita.
Bhogaji.
Ajayji.
So I'm still waiting for your answer for the swa, swabhava. Swa. Remember that I think in one of the Baudik you said most of the Sanskrit shabds, Sanskrit words, right? There's a two-part every word, right? There's a swa is always common, and I'm coming back to, like, if you look at all the sangha ajnas or sangha related activity, there's always a swa in the beginning.
Correct.
So I'm trying to figure it out as to what's the origination and how, because it's not very easy to translate that in English, or other languages for that matter. At some point, not necessarily part of this Bhavati, but maybe I can pick up the phone and talk to you. But I thought that maybe other people also might be interested to know.
No. I think we have a very good community here. Everybody is interested in everything. So feel free. So swa is about self. Swa is self.
Yeah.
Swa stha, when we say, in fact, for us, swasthyam is health, right?
Yeah.
What is swa is again tadhidantam. That of swastha is swasthya. The Ayurveda, in fact, Ayurveda, first chapter of their first book or first part of it is called Swastha Vritti. That's their text, first text. So swastha, in self, stha is tishtati, stays. So when you stay in yourself, is called swastha. When you are not in swastha, aswastha. And that is why for Ayurvedam also, swasthya is about more mental disturbances than physical one. As simple as, I was not believing when my grandmother and mother-in-law also used to say that if we are too much lost in thoughts, there will be gastric trouble. Because swastha, when eating, and that is why, for example, when Professor Ram Subramanianji was here, he's a professor in IIT, Mumbai, Indian mathematical, historical, Indian, meaning Vedic mathematical professor into astronomy and all, excellent Sanskritam, Anushtanam and all, and a Deshabhakta. So when he was here, we had Samskrita Bharati lectures also with him. And so when all of us sat, all Karyakartas, 12 of us, we sat for lunch in Soumyaji's home. Like always, especially when we have such a great person with us, we want to talk so much, eating and talking. I was asking questions. He will not respond. He will look like this and keep eating. After 3-4 such questions, when he was not responding, then again I asked, I realized and I asked, oh, are you hinting that we should not talk while eating? And after all that, then he gave the lecture. Yeah, if you are, when eating, eat. If your mind is somewhere else and you are eating, and in fact, that is what even in modern medicine also they say, it's called stress eating. Heard? Stress eating. Yeah. So stress eating is all waste. Just goes waste. Not only waste, it might even deter the health. Whatever benefit it should have given, even if you had taken proteins with unconsciously, meaning not consciously. And I heard this also nowadays. Make an intent, they say. In the modern yoga teachers, American teachers also, make an intent, they say. Before you start the activity, make an intent, so that now you are consciously doing that activity, so that efficiency is 100%.
Sankalpam, Bhogaji.
Which is exactly Sankalpam. Make an intent is Sankalpam. Karishye, we say.
Yeah.
And for what reason am I doing it? Karishye, Sankalpam. So, slowly, sincere world is converging towards, our world. It's only a matter of time when the entire world comes there. But the reason we have to be conscious and not leave our terms is so that they don't claim that make an intent is the root. No, we should say sankalpa is the root. Now, when they say eat consciously, no, swastha is important. Our terminology, our book, our glossary is important. Otherwise, we will be taken away, we will be hijacked. Somebody might say, oh, so what? Whether Hindu or English, so what? You are doing the same activity, right? That is ignorance, that is negligence. Negligence is unpardonable, right? No, we should be the beacons, we should be the protectors of dharma, which responsibility all of us have taken. But be happy that the world is sincere, people are realizing it. And whenever we get a chance, we should also introduce our terms to them. When they say make intent, yeah, sankalpam is, that's exactly what we do. Before we start any activity, we do the sankalpa so that we are consciously aware of what we are going to do. So coming back to swastha, when we say swastha in Shakha, what does it mean? Be yourself now. Till now, Daksha or whatever you did, Surya Namaskar, you did all of that. So you are not what you would be otherwise. So we say swastha, be yourself. So slightly relax your shoulders or whatever. Similarly, in the beginning, we say swasthan. In whichever sthana of yours, wherever you are, be there. Swasthana, in your own self, in your own. So swabhava is, I give a lot more examples, but forgive me. Recently, I had an interview of, there was one in Telugu, I think most of us might know, Chiranjeevi was one superstar. Chiranjeevi, Rajinikanth, and with Chiranjeevi, there were 4 other students of the Film Institute. They were the first batch Film Institute actors that they went. Of all of them, Chiranjeevi became the superstar. The other second one remained a comedy star for a while. But the other 2, they just were lost. So with the third one, who was almost lost guy, there was an interview asking his, memories of Chiranjeevi and all, how did you, Then I say, both of you went to the same institute, right? He became superstar, you are no one, why? Then he answered, a very philosophical answer he gave. See, everyone, as soon as you are born, you are born with the mission. He said, that's it. He is born with the mission to become a superstar. I'm born with the mission probably to learn it and do something, but this is where I am. Likewise, what I meant was swabhava, that when we are born, we are already defined what we are. Of course, we can, superficial things we can always correct, mend, refine, etc. But our core is born. It is already coming from the previous life. So that is swabhava. That your core kernel is swabhava. Ajay, you are saying?
I said, very nice. Dhanyavad.
It could be elaborated further with your questions. Maybe if you want one-on-one also, we can discuss, Ajay.
Sure, Bhogaji.
Yeah. Bhogaji, one of the sessions, you should explain our Sankalpa, Bhogaji. How our Sankalpa, Mama Upapta, Samasta, the way we say it, I think everybody should know it. One of these, whenever we have appropriate time, I think we should explain how our Sankalpa ordains that kind of steadfastness in somebody's mind. Right?
Yeah. If we can live our life, our culture, I think we are going to be living the best life. Yeah. That is what I'm realizing, because contemporary modern American, good, sincere seekers are finally arriving there only.
Yeah.
Take an intent, be conscious. Now multitasking is now is an unaccepted thing, right? Or belittled thing.
Yes.
One point they said you should be a multitasker. No. Now modern scientists are
expert,
inefficient.
Expert nowadays. Expert.
Yes.
only expert in one area.
Right.
Actually, when you explain the concept of Suchi, Bogaji, and today we are talking about Sandhyavandaram, everything is about Suchi only.
Suchi.
When you said by definition of Snanadi, it's Suchi.
Yes.
Then we do pranayama as part of it, that's Suchi. We do Surya Namaskara as part of it, that's also Suchi. You see, it has become a part of our life. So morning you get up and you do your snanam and do your Sandhyavadanam, your Suchi is done.
Yes.
So they make it such an easy package, right? Even that we are finding it difficult to follow. Why should I get up in the morning? Why should I do this? Whenever I miss it, I hit myself nowadays. I say, how can I not do it? But I think after today, after hearing this definition of Suchi, I think I'll make myself more hardened in terms of disciplinarily doing it in the morning correctly.
Right. But what we should also note from that Suchi elaboration is pranayama abhyasadina, which means do asana, Surya Namaskars, pranayama, dhyana, also is part of Suchi.
Yeah, everything is there. You see, what we do in our Sandhyavadana, everything is there. I think everybody should do Sandhyavadana. I think it is misunderstood that it's only limited to a certain sect. But I think there are so many authors and so many pravachakas who have said Sandhyavadana is for everybody. It is not just for certain groups, is what they said. So I think we should learn from. There is so much misconception that such rituals or such practices are limited to only certain section of society. We should expand that, and I think everybody should understand the importance of it.
Correct. Ajayji, Srirangji, Suprabhaji, since I see all three of you, and it just occurred to me today morning, and now again I remembered it luckily. I just want to propose, in addition to our individual homeworks, shall we take up as together form one practicable or to be practiced, living guidelines or living tips, or not tips but to-dos kind of a thing. Let's collectively put together. Maybe let's open a Google Doc, or maybe let's all post it to Srirangji or Suprabhaji, one of us, whoever wants to take it up. Let's post whatever comes to our mind as we are studying these qualities. What today contemporarily we can implement and say that, hey, this is our guideline, follow this. Our meaning, not ours as not ours, our parampara guideline.
That is a good idea.
Hey, good. No. Who is that? Tell me your name. I like that. What's your name?
DPG's daughter.
Huh?
DPG's daughter. Namaste.
What's your name? Namaste. What's your name?
Pragya.
Pragya. You have that. Good name. Correct name for you. You have the Pragya, so you appreciate it.
Dhanyavad.
You know what is Pragya, right?
Huh? Yes.
What is Pragya?
It's like that knowledgeable look or feel that you have inside you.
Prajna means you are the knowledge, not just ordinary knowledge, supreme knowledge.
Yes, you are just as your name is. Okay.
You are able to appreciate this.
Yes.
Let us do it. So Prajna, you start giving your ideas also. What you think as a child also you should. Right?
Okay. Yeah. This is the first meeting that I joined, but I already know 5 shlokas and I'm willing to catch up with my mother.
Super. Excellent.
How was your day's made?
Yeah. Good. Our day's made. We got Prajna.
We got Prajna. So sweet to hear your voice.
Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Good. Prajna, what is your brother's name?
Vibhav. Vibhu, hi, Chappu.
Hi, and idonte no, Andra. No. Namaste.
Gattiga. Namaste.
So Srirangji, what do you say? Shall we begin that project? Let it take its own time. Let it be initially several hundreds points that might come there. Then slowly we will compile and come up with some commonness.
Sure, that's a good idea.
Yeah, Bogaji, I think we should take a shot at it, right?
Let's take a shot at it,
Yeah,
because
I mean-
if you're studying all this,
Yeah.
so many definitions given by these bhashyas and or from Veda.
Yeah.
Let us try to see how do we implement it. What is our understanding?
Yeah, and everybody's looking. It's not the intent that nobody wants to do it. So everybody wants to, in the modern day context, somehow it has to be made relevant, right? And not just relevant; it is relevant. There's no dispute about it. Made practicable, more implementable.
Correct.
So
bring these contemporary terms for those who don't know also to understand, like make this intent, for example. That was one example.
Yeah.
There are several such ones.
Yeah. Several such ones.
Yeah.
I think for example, I know I'm stuck with how pranayama is also suchi, right? I mean, I never thought of it that way, but it is suchi in a way.
Yeah. One of the most important pranayamas is Nadi
Shodhana. Yeah.
Shuddhi.
Always.
Right?
I always thought thought of it as Suddhi, from inside. It's fine. But it is also Suchi at the end of it, right? It is also the well-being, right, of cleaning. So I never thought of it, Bogaji. Thank you in that way.
Yeah. So just as we are trying to find the contemporary equivalent terms, right? There is this detoxification. They keep saying, right?
Oh, wonderful!
Detoxification is nothing but Shuddhi. Shuddhikaranam.
Yeah.
Is detoxification.
Yeah.
So yeah. Initiate that, Sriranji.
Sure. Yeah, I will set up a document and I'll basically let people know where it is, and then we can add and then compile it slowly.
Yeah. Good. So, like you said, we made our day with Prajna and this one group activity also, in addition to individual homeworks. Correct. Anything else? Suprabhaji? Ami? Namaste.
Namaste.
How is it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Enjoying it?
Yeah. I didn't come to this. I'm just here.
Okay, good. You're still here. Good. What else? Anybody has anything to share? Please share. Say it again. Suprabhaji.
Guruji, I mean, for me personally, I was, I mean, the qualities that are being mentioned and what we should be doing, a good number of them we know, but as you said, like starting to inculcate those in our daily lives is I mean, which requires discipline and. And like we start, I mean, it's just what I'm feeling. So I feel that, after a certain age, we tend to realize all these more. At a younger age, they don't realize. And for that matter, even the yuvas, like, I mean, though they want to attend, they have the interest, they want to know, but they may not really, and certain things like, what you're saying, sankalpa and, doing everything consciously, things like that. We understand at this age, but I don't know at a younger age.
Yeah, they're not. You're very correct, Suprabhaji. At their age, and in fact, I myself, if I remember, then to now, but as long as we are in that environment, that is why we say, right, bring them to Shaka, where they may not understand anything about it, doesn't matter. But unconsciously also, even if they hear, when time comes, they come out.
Yeah. Everybody
all we should do is somehow or the other, with some reason, with some whatever carrots or whatever, we should bring them into keep them in our fold, in our circle, in one of the activities or the other. then it will be useful for them. And that's why we are recording now. We have a YouTube channel also. Let us share it with our Yuva. I know all of them are very, very busy PhD students, you know, they have to study probably 20 hours. But if and when they get the chance, at least they have the recorded things to listen.
Bogaji, maybe a little exaggeration, and of course, part of it is real too. Pragna says, I'm able to understand all this because I go to Shaka regularly.
Arre, wow. Very true, very true. If we go to Shaka, we understand Rama very easily because that's what we try to do there. We want to be a minuscule of him in Shaka. So which Shaka you go to?
It's Shivaji Shaka or no,
Jagrati
it's Jagrati Shaka over here. But for Corona, we're going.
You have to tell
Yeah,
the place.
Jacksonville.
Oh, Jacksonville. Oh, very good, very good. So Satyaji, you know?
Satyaji.
Satyaji, yeah.
I don't think I've met her. She should know.
Even myself doesn't know.
He's our Vibhag Sahakari, va?
We recently moved to Jacksonville, Bogaji. Actually, last year only we moved. Before that we were in New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey, I see. Very good, very good. So, Prabhaji, Pragna made a day.
You know Sampatji, is it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
So what were you saying, Bogaji? I'm sorry.
No, I said Pragna made our day, I said.
Yes, definitely.
Because I go to Shaka, I'm able to understand it so well. Super statement. I think we should take her permission and quote it.
Bogaji, one question I had on behalf of actually Radeshji. You know, we have been talking. This level of detail, you know, we are now. It's good that everybody is appreciating. But for the kids, what should be a good starting point for Ramayana? Is there any good resource that we can share in terms of audio, video, media? Because I've watched a couple of them. They don't. They don't illustrate the qualities of Rama, but it's a storyline. But it's all right. But even, does anybody have any recommendations in terms of where kids can start Ramayana? The understanding part is different, but yeah, starting Ramayana where they can understand a good storyline, because I couldn't come across something very appropriate, at least on YouTube or anything. If somebody's got some resources, even on say Amazon or whatever, where we can buy something, I think it will be great if somebody can recommend.
I can help on that.
Wonderful.
Is it like a book you're talking about, Vikramji, or
book or audio video, anything, right? I mean, Radeshji is looking for starting Ramayana for his younger kid, so we'd like to start with something that we somebody is found very useful, right? There are so many things, and everybody gives their own version. It is very difficult, what kids will consume without the right. Without the right storyline, right? So we want something that is that some like yourself have used or to start Ramayana in today's context, so that we can use it for the next generation kids, etc. to start.
Vikramji, actually, for the very little kid, like this guy, Vibha, we actually bought this Amar Chitrakada book of, on Rama, and we are just trying to tell him as a story and showing the pictures. That's one thing we are doing. Also, he's also more interested in that. And for Siri, she's watching Janaki Ramudu as of now. But then I'm just monitoring it because it might be, sometimes a few things might be misinterpreted. So just.
So Bogaji, actually, that's something that I wanted to discuss. Since we think we can start off with some good resource, but I think we should create our own resource for creating Ramayana, because after looking at everything, right? there's a storyline, but there is not even a subtle hint on what to learn from that by end of the page or by the end of the chapter, right? Ultimately, we run Ramayana so that the kids learn from it, right? So, and you and I, if you monitor and stop there and say, see this quality, did you appreciate, etc. I think somehow, if we can come up with it, we don't have the investment to make a YouTube video or anything, but at least from the story standpoint, like a script standpoint, I think if we can develop, I'm willing to contribute my time. But if we can develop something for the next generation kids in terms of what we think is appropriate, then probably someday we can convert that into some material, some audiovisual material.
Right. I think we should do that. If you want to initiate that, wonderful. Let's keep pulling more people who can help you. Pragya is there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so excited that
Pragya has already volunteered.
She's such a bright kid, right? I wish her all the success, but
right.
I think we need input from such people. Only then we can evaluate where we stand.
Right.
And I'm very happy.
But having said that, my request is the best way, instead of giving a book to the child and asking him to read, is for the mother to tell the story.
Yes. That is there.
Mother should read.
Yeah.
Mother knows how to tell it to her child.
Yeah.
So the best author can be the mother only.
Yes.
Mother or father, either of them, or both of them.
Yeah, that is given, Bhogaji. I mean, for me, the impact Ramayana, the impact of Ramayana is because my grandmother explained it to me.
Exactly.
Now it is practically, nobody can change it from my psyche. So that way is there, but reinforcement in today's generation, where people want to Google and people want to watch things on YouTube, and what is happening is there's so much material out there that it is not good to just show it to your kids, because at times some incorrect interpretations are there. It's not intentional, but at times the right intent is not bought out. What I'm saying is, we'll write something, we'll keep it for ourselves. It's not that someday when we get the resources, by blessings, then we'll see if we can do that. But let it be a sankalpam for now.
No, yes. Let's make a sankalpa of producing a documentation, a right documentation.
Yeah.
Yes, that is important.
Yeah.
I am only saying that in addition to that,
yes, that should be the starting point.
Should get into the habit of daily telling a story to their children.
Yes, absolutely, Bhogaji.
Till they don't want to listen to you anymore.
Yeah.
Thanks, Vikram, for bringing this up. Actually, I was about to ask that, but it's good that you brought it up.
Yeah.
I got a lot of suggestions, so let me follow up on that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bhogaji.
Yeah. Good. What else? We end. We still have 9 people. I'm glad. Good group, satsangatve nisangatvam. By being in the midst of good people, we detach ourselves from the ungood things. So glad. I thank all of you, because I live this 1.5 hour, 2 hours. This is where my Atma lives.
As I said, Bhogaji, this has become my favorite time of day and time of the week.
Yeah.
Look for Saturday for this in the morning.
Yes.
I think rest of the week is just activity.
Correct. So yes, I'm glad you're all great people. So let's take it forward. I think we did 2 initiatives today. We said one is, let us try to put one initially brainstorming. So just dumping all whatever comes to our mind as to what is that we are learning as
implementable rather.
Implementable qualities, implementable activities, as we are understanding from the 3 bhashyas of Ramayana. And then the second one is, of course, making a contemporary Ramayana, telling story, video, whatever medium. Good day. Sushachate Sudinanchate.
Thank you, Bhogaji.
धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद.
नमस्ते, धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद भोगाजी.
Adi Bhogaji.
Adi.